Last night I have explained about two contributing factors for progress of meditator. Now let me recap. The first one is Sila Samvara, moral restraint. This can be done by observing precepts, 5 precepts, 8 precepts, or 9 precepts or 10 precepts. For the monks, for all monastics, they have to observe the monastic rules and monastic codes. So generally, observing moral principles and trying to keep one's life morally pure is moral restraint. Without moral training and moral restraint, moral virtue, the mind will not be easy to develop because it will be full of the bad thought such as remorse, guilt, and restlessness. When a person can keep his moral virtues, moral precepts broken and unbroken and pure, he can develop more joy by reflecting on his unbroken moral virtues, unstained moral virtues. That's the reason why moral virtues is the basic foundation for spiritual development for every meditator. Now, second contributing factor is Indriya Samvara, control of faculty or restraint of faculty. Last night I have explained about it in some detail. Now I'm going to explain and elaborate on it. Indriya means dominant, being dominant. Samvara means restraint and control. Indriya being dominant means things that plays dominant role in their own action. For example, the organ of eye plays dominant role in processing the sight. That's why it's called Indriya. Other organs such as hands, feet, cannot perform what I perform in seeing and processing the vision. So eye is dominant organ in determining the nature of the sight. That's why it is called Indriya. Ear is also the same thing. When hearing any audio message, only ear have the capacity to process the sound. Other organs cannot. In the same way, the nose plays dominant role in sensing the smell and processing the nature of the smell. No other organ can perform like the nose in processing the smell. Similarly, the tongue plays an important role in sensing the taste and determining the nature of taste. No other organs cannot perform this capacity. Body also the same thing. Body can process the sense, physical contact, and the nature of sensation arising out of it. It plays dominant role in sensing any sensation. Other things cannot perform like the body. The mind also plays important role in accepting various mental objects regardless of time, regardless of physical barrier. Mind is dominant player in accepting in knowing all the mental objects. That's why these six are called Indriya, dominant organ. It's very simple. Now I explain you clearly and simply so that why they are called Indriya. Because meditation is working with the mind. The mind need to be well managed. It need to be keep calm. Meditator must keep his mind calm and concentrated. Without restraining these six indriyas, the mind will go out all the time. Even if 5 physical indriyas are controlled, the mind is quite challenging. For example, regarding the eye, meditator can control. He can look only 4 feet ahead of him. He should not look around this and that. He should not let his mind distracted by the sights. In the same way, he should restrain the ear. Sometimes eye may be a little bit easier because one can close one's eye. In the case of ear, there is no mechanism except the ear plug. If you put on ear plug, it is okay, you will not hear the sound. But during meditation, the sound may come up. So you need to know the sound as the object of meditation. Nose also the same thing. Nose cannot be closed. Nose cannot be shut. Instead, practice mindfulness meditation when sensing smell. And the tongue also need to be restrained. The way to restrain the tongue is to apply mindfulness in eating. When the body experiences sensation, it needs to be observed. It needs to be observed with mindfulness. When one tastes the food through the tongue, he should apply mindfulness. This way he will be applying the tongue restraint, body restraint, now mental restraint. When the mind have thoughts about the past, present and future, one should simply note those wandering thoughts, flashback with a detached mind. This is how a person, a meditator should apply restraint. In the Pali text, Buddha himself described how one should apply the Indriya Samvara, restraint of the six faculties. Now let me quote first regarding the eye control. Ida bhekwe bhekhu chakku na rupan daitwa na nimitta gahi hoti na nubhanjana gahi. Here the meditator seeing the sight, he does not take and distinguish that sight as this is it, man or woman or dog or animal or tree or mountain, etc. Instead, he just see it as the object, as the sight. He doesn't go into detail about what it is. Nanu Benjana Gahi. The meditator, when seeing the sight, should not go into the detail of that sight. Very clear. So to explain it in simple language, when a meditator sees the sight, such as a moving human being or moving animal or any moving object or any standing object, he is just stop at the moment of seeing. Don't distinguish, don't inquire much further. This is a man, this is a woman, this is ugly, this is beautiful, this is pleasant, this is unpleasant, etc. Don't process any further. Just let see and be seen. Don't go into detail. Instead, just let that object be. What one see is already seen. Don't go into detail. Just ignore. This is how a person should control the eye. Now let me explain much further. Yadwa dikarana mena chakondriya asahuta viranda bija domnasa pavaka akusla dhamma nusweyo tasa samvaraya apichti Ragri chakondriya samvara apichti. This means that a meditator should prevent any thought of the liking or disliking, and being pleased or displeased, happy or unhappy with the sight, so that the attachment and aversion and other subsequent unwholesome mental states may arise. Now let me explain again. A meditator should prevent any unwholesome mental states from arising by restraining the I. Negative unwholesome mental states are liking or disliking, being happy or unhappy, reaction with attachment or aversion, etc. These are to be prevented from arising. That's the reason why the meditator need to restrain the I. If you clearly understand this, you will understand the remaining 5 faculties. Similarly, when a meditator hears the sound, he should not go into detail, such as this is the sound of the dog, or someone, or the sound of a car, etc. Instead, let that sound be the hearing sound and ignore. Don't go into detail. Don't let subsequent thoughts arise. Don't let unwholesome mental states such as attachment or aversion arise. This can be done by noting with mindfulness, not thinking about where the sound comes from, who's creating this sound, what kind of content it has, etc. No following after the source of the sound, not thinking about the nature of the sound, not thinking about the content of the sound, just only hearing, that's it. Don't let unwholesome mental states such as aversion or attachment arise. This is a very simple explanation. Now, Ganina Kandang Gayitwa Nani Mendagai Hodina Nuvisnagai. When you meditate, smell through the nose any kind of smell. Don't go into detail. This is a fragrance smell of the flower. This is a very full smell of the toilet. This is a very full smell of the garbage. Don't think about that. Don't go into detail. Don't distinguish what kind of sound it is. Instead, no smelling on the focusing here. Know the smell as only air element, not as a bad smell and good smell. Once a person can note mindfully without distinguishing the nature of the smell, it will not disturb the meditator. It is also preventing any unwholesome mental states from arising. That's how the nose should be restrained. Now, Radhi Sewaya Ratan Dayitwa Nani Midagai Hodi Nanu Visnagai. That's what is said in the text. Sewaya by the tongue, Ratan to the taste, Dayitwa having tasted the taste by means of the tongue. Meditator should not go into the detail, such as this is a delicious noodle, this is a sweet, this is such a dessert or dish with a good days or bad day, don't they? Just only simply chew, keep chewing mindfully. when the days come up, just neglect, making no tasting. Don't let the attachment or craving and or aversion arise. Instead, just mindfully chew and eat and mindfully swallow without any mental reaction of the attachment, craving, or aversion. This is how a meditator should apply restraint of the tongue. Now the Dutch, let me quote, Kayena puttapam puttaitoa, na nimitte kayi hoti na nubhisna kayi. When a meditator experiences a touch or sensation through the body, he should not go into the detail. Instead, he should focus on the sensation, which is constantly arising and passing. He should know the sensation as impermanent sensation without going into detail. Without going into detail means this is the touch of the hand, soft hand, or soft body, or soft pillow, soft cushion, etc. Instead, just only focus on the touch, making no touching. This is how a meditator apply touch sensing body restraint. By applying mindfulness, unnecessary thoughts such as craving and anger will not arise. Now, number 6, the mind and mental objects. Now let me go. Manasa dhammam vinyaya na nimitte kayi na nubhisna kayi. When a meditator is aware of the mental object, he should only note the knowing mind without going into detail. Without going into detail means, oh, this is my friend. Last year we went on a vacation with our friend and family members. We went to such and such a place and have food and restaurant. Don't go into detail. Instead, making no thinking, or knowing. That mind, remembering, that mental action of remembrance. Making no knowing, or just simply let go without going into detail of what it is, etc. Don't go into specific detail. Just note the knowing mind, thinking mind, remembering mind as an impermanent mental phenomena without getting involved into that thinking process. This is how a meditator should apply mindful, impersonal, detached observation on the mental objects in the mind. In the beginning, it may be challenging, it may be even impossible for the beginner, but with the practice, one will slowly become familiar and used to observing any sight, any sound, any smell, any taste, or any touch, or any mental object that comes and appears to the mind. Just have a strong, detached mindfulness. This way, it will be much easier to observe with a detached mindfulness. Here we should understand that instruction in Mahasi Syaro's Vipassana meditation practice are fully in compliance with this Indriya Samvara, this more control of the faculties. Because meditators are required to note the moment they see the sight as seeing, without going into detail. When hearing the sound, we don't need to go after the sound, or we don't need to think about content of the sound. Instead, focus on the ear and make hearing. This way we prevent any unwholesome subsequent thoughts arise. And the same way when we smell something, focus on the nose. Then know the smelling, without going into the unpleasant or pleasant nature of the smell. In the beginning, it may be very challenging, but you can try. This is how I am applying. When I smell faulty and musty smell, which can cause a large reaction in the throat. I noted it. I know the smell. I know that the throat, the muscle action start pulling up. I knowing, and then that reaction stop. Very interesting. A larger reaction of the throat stop when I noted it. So this is a mindfulness is really powerful tool. And also in Mahasi Sayada's instruction, meditators are instructed to note the tongue and the taste, especially when they practice mindfulness eating. Mindfulness eating is very important because it helps to deal with the various kind of the food craving and food addiction. I have already overcome through mindfulness eating, through the same way body sensation and also mental object. But mental knowing and noting mental object a little bit challenging. It needs time. It needs time and skill. Slowly, one will be able to note various mental states and mental reflection, flashback with a detached mind. You need to train the mind. In the beginning, it may seem difficult, but later on, you will slowly master how to note without any involvement. Instead, with a detached mind, you will be able to observe. If you are able to observe all these 6 qualities, then you are done, you will be successful. In your daily life, you can deal with any situation, any bad situation, good situation, without getting immersed into emotion and situation. Very wonderful training, very essential in mindfulness meditation. Without restraint of the faculties, the mind will be always distracted. The mind will be always going out and restless. So you just try to apply this Indriya Samvara, faculty restraint principle. May you be able to apply faculty restraint by mindful observation. May you be successful in your practice.